Welcome to my pilot board game unboxing and review. My name is Marco Astoridi, and in this video I will be opening up and looking at the components that come with the English version of Ventura by Alberto Menoncin and Silvio Negri Clementi from Italian publisher Stratelibri and published here in the US by Fantasy Flight Games. Ventura is a game for 2 to 4 players, where each player takes on the role of an Italian noble family from the Renaissance era in a struggle for supremacy. The game mechanics incorporate tile laying, which makes up the main board, territorial control, battles, and wealth management. Let's dive right in and check out what's inside the box. The game comes complete with 16-page manual. Here we have the scoring board printed on cardstock. Next are the 4 family boards and battle boards inside a reusable zip bag, also printed in cardstock. Here we have the die-cut tiles and tokens on 5 boards total, all neatly shrink-wrapped. The 110 cards the game comes with in its own reusable zip bag. By moving aside the separator insert in the box, we have a bag containing all the plastic bits. So here we have all the items right out of their box in their individual packaging. Now let's take a look at the items in more detail. This is the rule book for Ventura. It's 16 pages from front to back cover, printed in full color. It's nicely laid out with fairly clear depiction of game elements and examples. There's a bit more rules involved in Ventura than your typical Euro game, so the inclusion of a reference index in the back would have been useful in an otherwise solid rule book. As mentioned before, the scoreboard, 4 player boards, and 2 battle boards, which are really more of a game aid used only to help resolve battles, are all printed on the same cardstock. It's fairly light for the size of the board, so a bit of care should be taken not to bend it. Here is the scoreboard. The back is printed solid black. The 4 family boards are color-coded, but depict the same game reference aid in the front. On the back, which you will never see while playing the game, depict the family crest and color of each of the 4 playable families. Here are the 2 battle boards. The same image is printed on each side. Alright, well now let's take a look at the cards. There's 110 in total. They're all the same size and stock. They're divided primarily into 2 decks. There's 58 blue-backed Ventura cards and 47 green-backed conscription cards. There's also 4 garrison cards, 1 for each family with correspondingly colored back. And the first player card, which oddly enough is used to indicate who is currently the first player for that round. Now these are printed on paper cardstock, which is not really the best quality I've seen. And what I mean by that is if you don't really take care in how you handle them, they'll easily bend out of shape. If you're like me and have kids in the house or plan to use this quite a bit, card sleeves might be a good investment. Here we have the tile and token boards out of the shrink wrap, 5 total. There's a variety of different terrain tiles, but other than that, you get money and damage tokens. See, picking one of these up, it's a nice thick board. And here's a sample of the artwork in front. I have to add, these were really well made and neatly cut. Popping them out of the board was a breeze, and I had no risk of tearing or peeling any of them. Ventura comes with 124 solid, well-made plastic pieces. Each faction comes with 20 domain markers shaped like towers, 5 army markers, which are the ones with a horse's head on top, 5 company markers, which are the ones with an armored bust on top, and the banner-shaped score marker used to keep track of each player's score on the scoreboard. The army and company markers are numbered on their base from 1 to 5 to distinguish the troops they represent on the player's board. Generally, I prefer wooden pieces over plastic, but I must admit, these are really well made and just have a nice feel when you hold them in your hand. The design of the pieces are very attractive and remind me of classical chess pieces. I also like that the sculptures aren't overly ornate, with delicate features protruding out like pikes or swords. This makes the figures more durable and eliminates the risks of breaking and deforming a piece from use. Here's a detailed view of one of the company markers. Not something I'd be interested in painting over, but I would probably want to highlight the numbers at the base just to make them easier to read. Here's a tower. You can see how pliable it is here. Just enough give. And that concludes the unboxing and component breakdown of Ventura English Edition. Stay tuned for the upcoming episode where we review the gameplay and critique the game. Again, this is Marco Astoridi. Thanks for watching.